Because no, the end is in sight. Because unless it turns around and gives me another objective after stage 5, then I'm done. And honestly, even if it does give me another objective afterwards, I'm probably just gonna not bother. I'll be perfectly honest. I'm probably not gonna bother. I would give it good odds that if it turned around and gave me a mission like the other two, where it's like, oh yes, you need to build a fleet, I'm gonna be like, ha 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 ha, save and quit. Okay, so we're just yeah, so yeah, one more delivery and we'll only need to get down to 30 millibars of CO2. Slowly but surely. Slowly but fucking surely. Yeah, so aluminium's still not really cutting it. Fortunately, that means that unless I really expand, that there's not a whole heap I can do. Right, how many oh, okay, so a lot of them are... Oh, these take aluminium as well. Oh, that, yeah, that explains a lot. A lot. Boom, 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 boom. So, pretty well, our true goal at the moment is to get... Like, the best way to look at this is we need to get the CO2 percentage to the point where, however much over 5%, if added to the O2, doesn't push the O2 over 30%. So, like, at the moment, we can only take 4% off the CO2 before the O2 reaches 30%. But that only leaves this at, what, 22? Because once we get, like, once we're at that point, like, once we can just let the CO2 to convert into O2, then we're fine. We can just wait. But up until that point, we've got to keep dumping. And dump we shall! Okay, I'm getting really tired. I know I said about having like 2.5 hours half an hour ago, but yeah, I'm fading fast. Admittedly, probably part of that is that we're not really doing much right now. We're basically just watching the counters. Martian crop fields? Whoa! Oh, okay. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna try building one of those open farms. Let's go. Right, I don't know, 10 city. Wait, so we're not quite at the point where I'm gonna flick these off auto renew for the moment. Because the only issue with them eating so much of my resources is the fact that I can't actually build anything. Wop wop. Farm, open farm. Because yeah, the big thing with this is I'm actually a little curious on it. Open farm. Plus, I think their cycle time is pretty low. Compared to, like, compared to the cycle time of the crater farm. Fuck does it even tell you? I think it's in here. Yeah, cycle time of 10 souls, whereas, like, the crater farm is, like, 40. Okay, so those are the upsides to the country roads, is that, yeah, they don't destroy the, other thingies. The woods and crap. Okay, so the building itself does, but not the roads. Okay. Oh, they are expensive though. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Ah! Yeah, scroll in. Ha 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 ha. See, I think at some point I was joking about the whole, like, skip forward, like, 2 hours thing, but now I'm not so sure. Ooh. CO2's dropping pretty fast, though. At least at the moment. As the only downside is the fucking fluctuations. Like, it'll drop pretty fast for a while, and it'll drop, like, a fucking millibar or two. And then there'll end up being a fair while that it just doesn't. Wait, do we not have enough water? Fuck, hold up. How could this happen to me? I made my mistake. I didn't build water when I needed to. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. I lost the rhythm, lost the rhyme, and it wasn't bobsled time either. Oh, there we go. Ha 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 ha! Yeah, get on that, please. Thank you. Please and thank you. I was about to be like, why is that taking so much longer? And I was like, alright, because I don't have enough water. Oh. I do smart brain thinky. Or is it based off this thingy? Okay, I don't know why it's taking so long. Said 10 and now it's 27. Explain yourself! I suspect it is actually the, this little number here. Eh, oh well. Eh. Excellent. So I think pretty well every single place, except there, by the look of it. But yeah, every other place that can have, oh, and up there, that can have like plants does. It's pretty cool. Okay, so I've got the CO2 down to 21%. We're still wanting CO2 to fall below 100. That's where hopefully this comes in. The bioengineered animals. Because yeah, it does mention allowing more advanced animals and plants. So hopefully that means that once we hit 100 millibar, it'll go down faster. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. Okay, how many of these? Oh, we actually have 4 that are actively doing things. Okay, pop the other 2 onto it. Let's go. I will get this stupid thing to where I need it before I pass out. At least 90% of the reason why I'm still going is just because I want to be able to put complete next to the playlist. Like, that's a good 90% of the reason I'm still going. Although, admittedly, if I was playing this in my own time, I would have someone else's stream going in the background. So, I would at least, you know, it hits different when the only stream going in the background is your own. Or, well, you know, OBS, whatever. Because, I don't know, I think it's a bit more difficult to entertain yourself, sort of thing. Like, I think it's one of those things, when you're doing something like this, you either need to be entertained by the game or by chat. And of course, one of those options is not available to me at the moment. So it has to come down to the game. Which, not doing at the moment, unfortunately. Ooh, down to 19%. But I mean, I think I mentioned before, like, I think it's good practice being on your own. Because I think compared to some of my older ones, except when I start getting tired or if I'm in a game that doesn't really need thinking, I think I'm a heck of a lot better. I also only just realized my mic was not in its normal position. It was in the normal position for I'm talking to people on Discord, not for when I'm streaming. So I apologize if I was, like, unhearable or anything like that. Hopefully not, but... But, shit, what was I saying? I was saying something, but I don't remember what. Oh, about, like, talking. Like, yeah, I think compared to when I first started doing this, I've gotten a lot better. The only issue is, of course, that, you know, there's some games where the entire appeal of them, or, you know, not the entire appeal, but, you know, there's some games where part of their appeal is the fact that it's not so demanding that it's not so mentally taxing that you're able to talk to chat fairly easily. Like, you know, for example, like Power Wash Sim. Like, that's a game where there's not a lot to talk about. Like, at best, you can be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go over there next. Like, there's... you know, maybe there's, like, speculation on, like, lore or anything like that, but there's... Like, you know, overall, there's not a lot to actively talk about. I just hit spacebar when that happened, by accident. Like, I didn't actually mean to press spacebar, so I had a mild freak out when it popped up until I noticed it was the autosave. But yeah, you know, there's some games where... Yeah, you know, part of the appeal is that it doesn't take so much mental energy that it, you know, it makes it easier to interact. But it's also one of those things where you have to kind of recognize when... Like, you know, just because it's easier to interact with chat doesn't change the fact of you not having one, sort of thing. Like... I don't know. I don't want this to come across as me fucking being like, oh, woe is me or anything like that. I do my best to be honest. Is probably the best way I can put it. Like, especially when it comes to, like, myself. Like, I can sugarcoat. Like, you know, if it's someone else, you know, I could turn around and sugarcoat it for them. But when it's myself, I don't really want to. Man, this has gotten on a weird tangent. But yeah, like, I definitely think it's good for at least a while if people are on their own. Especially if they're not... What you call it? Especially if they're not, like, the most extroverted. Like, I know for me, most of the friends I made in high school was literally because one of the extroverts went up to me and was like, okay, I'm adopting you. Here's your new friends. And I was like, okay. Like, so, you know, it's, you know, it's a big change, or, you know, a pretty big change to turn around and be, I'm not going to say required, but, you know, let's say encouraged to talk a lot more. Because, you know, strictly speaking, it's not mandatory. I need to stop saying strictly speaking. But, you know, it's not mandatory. It's not something where it's like, yes, this is something you absolutely have to do. It's just like a lot of other things. Your chances are better if you do it. Man, we are going off on just such, like, Where is my brain no, actually, no, I know exactly where it's going. My brain's tired, so it's just meandering to wherever the hell it gets. But no, like, I think it was definitely good for me to give me some time, sort of thing. Admittedly, I actually had a test account from when I first did like that month or so of streaming. Fuck, what was it, like 6 years ago, 5 years ago, something like that. I had a test account. Because, you know, 5 years ago it was a lot easier. You know, Twitch was not as crowded of a market as it is now. Like that's just how it goes with anything like this. Like the earlier you get in on it, the easier it is to well, I don't know, I'm not sure if easier is the right word, because I feel it also takes away from a lot of the hardships that like the OGs went through. For the record, I was not around when it went from Justin to Twitch. Like, I've definitely been around for a while, but I have not been, like, I'm not part of, like, the original crew. But, you know, like, back then there were less options to watch because there wasn't as many people streaming, is what I'm trying to get through. Shit, where was I going with this? Jesus Christ. Oh my god. This is what happens when you're just waiting for one bar to go down and another bar to go up. And your brain's tired. You just start rambling onto fucking... Anyway. Basically, when I was streaming back those 5-6 years ago, I did actually have consistent people who viewed me. It's part of the reasons why, like, my follow count, I think I was only at like 43 or so, but I still had like 10 people that were consistently showing up each day. Which is a reason why my follower count should probably be at like 10 at the moment. Because I don't think a lot of those people are still around or actually would show up. But no, I had a test account back then because I was super fucking nervous about doing any scuffed shit on my main channel. And I actually would have gone back to that, but I don't have access to it. I don't know what's up. I try to reset the password and it just... I check the usernames and it goes, okay, these are the accounts linked to this name, to this email, and then I reset the password and they just never send me the message. So I'm not sure if someone else has grabbed it or what's going on there, but but no, if I actually still had access to that account, I probably would have done a lot of my testing streams on there. But because I didn't, and because I'm too lazy to make a new one, I've done a lot of my test streams on my main channel, which, for the record, I think is actually a good thing to do, because it helps, and I don't mean like viewer-wise, I think it helps normalize not being perfect, which is definitely... I'm not going to say everyone has the issue, but it's definitely a big, like, a big thing is that, you know, like, learning to fail, basically. Like, learning that failure is okay, learning that you don't have to, you know, you don't have to come into this with, you know, the dual PC setup and you know, hired 6 professional artists to do all of this stuff for you and all that sort of stuff. Like, you can come in... Like, you can come in with a hell of a lot less. And I think, at least for me, doing a lot of my testing on this channel, even if no one's actually watching, like, it just kind of removes that, you know, oh yeah, I'm testing in secret, like, sort of vibe from it. So it kind of... It makes it, like, more obvious or easier to find. I don't know. Maybe I'm not explaining this right. I don't know. The moral of this story is learn to fail. Don't go in expecting perfection. I don't even... How did we get here? Where am I? Mom, pick me up. I'm scared. This is what happens when I'm just sitting here waiting for the CO to go down, and it is slowly going down. Nearly there. Slowly. We're up to 700, so that means we're allowed 35 CO2. 35 millibar. Oh my god. Why the fuck is this taking so long? Ah! I probably could have fucking sped this up, but I don't know. But yeah, so there you go. You thank you for your thank you for signing up to Australian tiredly rambles on about topics he probably shouldn't at 6 AM because he hasn't slept. Oh fuck. As with all of the times when I express opinions or anything like that, I always try to like come back and state about not to forget that I'm some random fuck on the internet. I'm not a fuck, what's the word? Excuse me. I'm not a expert on the subject. Oh, I don't think expert was the word I was reaching for, but it's the one I found. Like, I'm not an expert on this subject or anything like that, so, you know, per usual, take what I say with a grain of salt. I can be wrong. I think I've proven that multiple times through some of my decisions, even just in this singular playthrough. Oh god. I'm hoping I don't go too much more loopy while I'm sitting here waiting for this. Holy fuck. Holy fuck. It's like I love that we've managed to completely push other gases and greenhouse gases off the chart. Like, if you go back, okay, no, you can't even see it anymore. That it did used to actually show greenhouse gas, but now it's just gone. It's just been stomped out of existence. Oh, slowly. We're at 12%. Oh my god. I'm genuinely wondering if